Welcome to 2025. Hey, this your boy Sam J, the host of Black Men the Uncut Truth. You heard me? Hey, I'm back. Welcome to a new year, and I promise you guys, I will be delivering you all consistency and organic, natural, no edit content. But yes, we back and we live, and let's get it. There's a lot to talk about, and I want to start this 2025. I want to start this episode off about new area of Detroit. Already beat me to it, but I know you guys may have been watching or may have seen the viral clip, or not say viral, but just say the news clip of the young lady who have lost her two children because they was homeless and sleeping in a car, van, or whatever, but two of her children has passed away. You may see me share this on the Black Men Facebook page and my IG. So if you want to see the clip of New Era Detroit, him speaking about this, just head over to there and check it out, right? But for those of you who are listening to the podcast, I want to kind of chime in on some things he mentioned about that, and give my own take, because this is where we give our own take here, right? But in a nutshell, there was an interview done with the father of those two children, who apparently has three children with this mother, and the guy basically kind of gives this speech about how she called him about keeping the children and getting the children, and all because she wasn't homeless, he couldn't get them. She didn't mention that she was homeless, right? That's in a nutshell. That's exactly how he says it. Now, just like some of the clips you're gonna hear and listen from New Era Detroit, and I'm sharing them guys on my IG and Facebook page, only that because he did a great job at his delivery, in my opinion, of just really speaking some uncut, raw facts about some things in our community. One of those things has a lot to do with black men. What the fuck are you guys doing as fathers out here? Now, I know what and how situations can potentially play out in your dealings, with how you're navigating life, and then bam, wham, bam, and all of a sudden you're a father now. But there needs to be a new education on what it means to be a father, right? And to be honest, I don't think that's something that's ever been taught to our community, taught to the young men in our community, right? Let's be real. See, we all know that far too often, and way too often, the mothers have to learn this on their own, like right off the rip, right? And they learn it from just the stages of pregnancy itself, carrying a child, while the brothers are not even going through that process. You don't have a child inside of you. moving around, growing and moving around. None of that. You're not the one going to the doctor's appointments and the doctors are doing tests on you and telling you, hey, giving you prenatal care and this, that, and the third. You're not going through that process. You're not even going through that emotion. You're not even going through that energy exchange. None of that at all in your life. So how dare you be absent? How dare you be unreliable? How dare you be, unavailable? Let this shit sink in. That this is when a woman is having your child, both of you all's child. It that child shares genetic DNA from you and her. That's her seed and your seed. Her family legacy and your family legacy, genetically bonding and bringing life to this planet. How dare you be absent at any time? I don't give a fuck what your circumstances is. Hey, 2025, it's time to just start keeping it real and really raw. Because y'all don't get it. And y'all understand it, but you don't care to get it, and that's the point. And when I say y'all, I'm speaking to those brothers out there who may stumble across this, right? Because most of you all are not, you got your head on the swivel if you follow this podcast. You got your head on your swivel, but every now and again, something may leak out there and my voice may get heard to the leather. And so I have to speak this to these brothers, just to be 100% and just say across the board, look, what are we doing? Why? Why are you out here being so reckless, unreliable, absent, and etc.? Now, everybody's situations are different, and to each his own. But one thing for certain that you can always be is be available and be reliable. That's something that is internally embedded in you. That's something that's a core value that you create for yourself, and that it's a personal construct. And when you have children, everything else in your life go on hold or dissipates. Period. See, hanging out with your homies, making all these other kind of decisions outside of anything that's irrelevant to your child or children that you're producing, all that shit supposed to stop ASAP. And your focus now is, how do I bring my child up into a world who is not going to show them no greater love than I can? Just think about that. But it's unfortunate because we have a lot of children raising children, and those children, believe it or not, have been left to their own vices now to still try to raise children. See, used to before, their grandmothers was raising the children, which still allowed those children who had children sometimes to kind of grow up to a degree, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's all kind of stories out there. If you pay attention to people, if you listen to people, you follow people, if you listen to their stories or allow them to tell you their stories, you will see some of this in what I'm saying. So there's a lot of mothers out here now, aged mothers, who finally got it right There's a lot of them who got it right when they was young anyway, right? But there's a lot of them now who finally got it right, caught on to it, got into their groove after decision after decision after decision, and mistakes after mistakes. But because they had a supporting cast behind them, whether that was family, friends, etc., they were allowed their brief time. There's a lot of young mothers who were not even getting that time. And that seemed to be apparent in this kind of situation. Because there's a lot to be said on the dynamics of the mother in particular, and how all of that come into place. But let's start with the union at sake. They got 3 kids together, which and the babies that passed away were the younger children. So this means that their collective relationship has been lengthy to the point to where you got a baby that's still in a toddler stage. So how do there's a lot I can say, right? A lot I could say, but it's time for the separation, and I'm at the edge of that separation because there's too much fucking foolishness going on in our communities, especially with you black men. Y'all need to fucking wake up, get it together. You're smarter than that, you're better than that, you're more powerful than that. You can't walk around here and call yourself no fucking king, and you got kids don't even know where the fuck you stay in. You got kids that don't even have your fucking phone number. You got kids that can't even come to your house. They can't come and be in shelter if they need to be under shelter and be provided with protection. You got seeds out here in this world, and they can't even rely on you for that. The bare minimum. Man, just think about that and soak that up for a minute. Just that alone. Just soak that up for a minute, that alone. So why on earth will you be out here laying up with another motherfucker? So let that be a lesson, ladies. For those of you, who follow me and listen, chime in. Let that be a lesson. Let it be a lesson. Hey, pass it on to your daughters. Let them hear it. You hear me? When you get to know a man and you get to talking to him, you ask qualifying questions. And I'm not talking about stuff to be derogatory or downgrading somebody, but you have a conversation with them to understand what their life is, what their mentality is, what they got going on. And the minute you hear anything about them having children, everything else, ideas and future imaginations go on fucking pause. And it's okay, how old are these kids and what is your present in their life? That has to be the next question after you find out they got kids, because that's going to tell you everything you need to know about a man by his presence in his children's lives, or the absence of his presence in his children's lives. Hey, that's all I gotta say about that. And like I say, I've come to the edge with this bum ass mentality of black men in our communities. And for 2025, you guys are going to hear me be more consistent, more persistent, and all of the above when it comes to these type of topics, because there's things that need to be said, and far too many black men are being quiet. Far too many, especially those who have the platforms to be impactful. Far too many are being quiet about the things that matter. But I'll see you guys on the next episode. It's the Black Men in Suits Urban Nation, Uncut Truth.